Appreciate it.
May I sit here?
Yeah, that was fine. Yeah, wherever you need to.
Banging my knees a little bit. Sorry.
That microphone will be good.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I thought tonight was I thought our kids fought really hard. First of all, congratulations to JMU and Kenny and those guys. I think they're really peaking at the right time, playing extremely well. I think their lineup changes of going to the smaller post in the second half of the season has done wonders for them in a lot of ways. They're tough to guard, so a lot of credit to those guys. I feel like the week came out a little bit nervous, slow start, 11-2, 13-2 in the first 8 minutes. Built ourselves an 11-point deficit to begin with, and from that point on, I thought we battled a little bit. We were really getting out-rebounded. These guys out-rebounded ODU by 21 and Delaware by 20 in the last 4 ball games, so for us to out-rebound them by 4 was a pretty good effort for us. Though we had chances to get into the lead a little bit in the second half, and just didn't make free throws. Nairi Williams 0 for 6 hurt us. You're just trying to chip away at that point and trying to get close and be able to make a run, and we just could never get close enough to do that. So, again, congratulations to them. I'm really proud of my team. It's a young group, and very proud, and hopefully this experience will build for them in the future. Well, I think it's a combination of both. I think if you look at them also in the first half, they could have had a larger lead. They missed a lot of shots as well early in the first half, especially. Lay off a little bit, but you can't attribute it to that. It's give them credit for their defense. We've been streaky shooting the ball, and especially our freshman guards have been streaky. And when they're on, we're pretty solid offensively. And tonight we just couldn't get them down. You give JMU credit. Yeah, it may be like the Academy Awards. You guys meant to pull me off here, so I'll give I won't say Jimmy V because it's not the same situation. But if you allow me a little bit, I'd appreciate it. I was informed in February 24th or 5th that I would not be renewed. And as a coach, that's a tough thing to hear, obviously, and you dedicate your life to it and to what you're trying to do, and try to do the best that you can. And unfortunate situation was it just at that time they wanted to go another direction, and you understand that and you move on. But yeah, it's a situation that it's difficult to deal with and coach in that environment. But most importantly for the kids, it's what we do. So, but you got to reflect back and think. I think most of all for me is I'm really proud of what we've done. I inherited a program that was 314th out of 324 in the country 12 years ago. Hadn't had a winning season in 3 years. They were in last place of a league that was 26th in the country, and we're jumping directly into CAA with very little resources. Our first postseason, we practiced on tartan. Some of you guys might know what tartan is. But that's the situation we had to deal with. And my hopes was to turn this into a consistent winning program. And 5 of the last season have been winning regular seasons. We've had the most wins in a single season in men's women's basketball history at Towson. The 7-year stretch that we just completed is the most successful in Towson history. We've had the longest winning streak in Towson history. First ever postseason appearance in Towson history in the last 7 years. There's a lot of really good things that I'm proud to be part of. And I think that we've accomplished what we really were funded to do and what we were able to do. And so I'm proud of all those things. This program is no longer 314th in the country. As a matter of fact, 5 of the last 7 years, the RPI has been anywhere from 113 last year to 143. We haven't accomplished everything I wanted to in the CAA. It's a challenge. But at the same time, I think that all you can hope, I guess, as a coach, if you're not going to be the elite of the elite, is that I take pride in the fact that I'm leaving it a lot better than I had when I received it. And whomever the coach is that gets here, make no bones about it, this cupboard is not bare. It is a situation that, I was talking to one coach last night, as a matter of fact, in the CAA, and said their staff met and said, after the banquet, looking at the all-conference teams, and 12 of the 15 are seniors, I think, on the all-conference team, and trying to figure out what team do you think you have to beat next year to win it, and their staff was a consensus, Towson. We lose one kid. It was 10 of the 12 kids on this roster have 1 year or less experience. The second half of the season, we lost 4 kids, and everyone gets injuries. We lost 4 kids in 1 week, 2 starters that didn't play all year. Bizarre things. We've had a cardiac episode. We had a seizure with a starter on New Year's Eve, and she's had 2 brain scans and an MRI and still trying to figure out what it is, and along with an ACL. So we lose 2 starters and 2 backups on the wings, and we got 7 kids in scholarships playing in the CAA, and that's not an easy formula. We were really building towards next year in the new arena. So for me, it was to watch these kids come together, and the fact that in the second half of the season, we had the 4th best record behind Delaware, ODU, and JMU. Delaware, Drexel, and JMU, and had won 5 of the last 6 regular season games. When we had 9 kids in uniform on scholarship, we were 5-1 in the CAA. The only teams that beat was JMU. So this is a situation with arguably Tanisha McTiller being the most productive player returning in the CAA. You have an all-freshman point guard. They'd only played half a year. She didn't start playing until January for us. It was first, it was all-conference rookie team. It's the best recruiting class I've signed since we've been here. And you have a transfer from Virginia Tech setting out. If I would think from an outside looking in, this program will be one of the top 2 or 3 in the league next year. And probably is the best job in the league right now with the new building. Sorry to be long, but part of that's thank yous too. No, I've had the fortune, the way that it's rolled out and that everyone does, I was going to say a lot of thank yous to a lot of staff members and faculty members and peers and that you normally don't get. Same thing here, and it's a huge thank you to Ron Berdovich and Katie Lowe and Nikki and what they've done with this conference and Commissioner Yeager and accepting me and some of my thoughts at spring meetings and ideas and just the interaction and see how the conference has grown is huge, and it's been an important part of my life, and it's been enjoyable. So a huge thank you to the conference and what they're doing, and to the rest of the league. The opportunity to compete against Kenny and Tina Martin and Denise and Krista and those guys. It's been here the whole time, and Deb Taylor. It's special. So it's a huge thank you to everyone that's been involved. It's a first-class conference. It's only getting better. It's been enjoyable. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.